Welcome everybody to the Season 25 Majors Rookie Draft. Chat, can you hear me okay? Let's see. Alright. Alright, sounds good. Welcome one, welcome all. This is one of my favorite times of the season, excuse me, uh, as a PBE GM. I am AJ887. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the Vancouver Vandals GM, and I am one of the streamers of the Sim team. I am joined today by two other GMs in the PBE who will be here to talk a little bit about some of their picks. We've also got statements by some other GMs who weren't able to make it today about some of their picks, and we'll read those as the picks happen. Ooh, there's an echo. I hope there's not an echo. Oh, there's not an echo. Okay, good. So yeah, welcome one and all. We'll be talking about the draft parlay as we go through. Oh, hummus didn't close. All right. So we'll be going through these picks today with a couple of guest GMs. Those being Netlandic from the Buffalo Surge. Netlandic, are you there? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
There we go. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. That's about it.
Excited for the draft?
Yeah.
It's your first majors draft as a GM, so that's going to be exciting. Uh, I'm also joined by comeback Zach, the co-GM of the Nashville Stars. Zach, how are you doing today? You doing all right?
I'm doing good. I'm here with another Johnson and our little protege Netlandic over here.
Hi.
All right, so we're going to be going through the season 25 draft and taking a look at all of these picks. Let me go ahead and get rid of the starting soon screen. And you'll see we have our Major Season 25 draft board. First round picks already in order for us. So first of all, shout out, thank you very much to 209 Tacos for creating this PowerPoint for us. Makes our job a heck of a lot easier. So, real quick, I just wanted to reiterate the draft parlay season 25. We got a few questions that I'll try to be addressing as we go on to see which of the over-unders are correct or the yes-nos. So total letters and names between picks 5 through 10, not including nicknames. How many pitchers in the first round will a catcher be taken in the second round? And then recreates and hepcast players drafted in the first round. And I am just now realizing that I actually didn't tally the hepcats play. I got through 4 of these, so I actually don't know on the last one. So I guess that one will remain a mystery. But the other 4 we will be able to see crystal clear, and I've already made a tally of these 4, so I'll be able to tell you once those picks happen. All right. I think we are about ready to get started. And Netlandic, your Buffalo Surge actually had the first overall pick of the Majors Season 25 draft. And so without further ado, I think it's time that we reveal who was drafted number 1 overall this season in the Majors draft. Netlandic,
Yeah.
would you like to officially announce it?
Yeah. Okay. With the first pick in the season 25 Major League PBE Draft, the Buffalo Surge select Ruben Ramirez, Wombat.
Ruben Ramirez, aka Wombat, a very well-known user throughout the league, formerly known as Ed Barker. Um, I don't think that too many people are going to be surprised by this, but would you like to give a little bit of would you like to talk a little bit about Ruben Ramirez?
Yeah, he's a right fielder, and Wombat is just a great user. Played with DVS in their great years in the between season 10 and forever with Ed Barker, and recently won a championship with NOLA. And his recreate, Ruben Ramirez, he's a great user. I figured this is just an easy pick.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I just realized I am not sharing my screen with you guys, so that I'll go ahead and do that, Zach and Net, so that you can see it on less of a delay, hopefully, as we continue through these picks. So Wombat of the Louisville Lemurs, 239 TPE, 224 average, 284 OBP over the year, is your number 1 overall pick for the Buffalo Surge, one of the 2 new expansion teams. Now, just so everyone is aware, the Surge and the Sea Serpents, as part of the expansion draft, they received the first 2 picks in each of the rounds, and it was snake style. So the team that got the first overall pick, in this case, the Buffalo Surge, they got the first pick in the first round, but they got the second pick in the second round, and then the first pick in the third round, second in the fourth round, etc., etc. So those 2 teams will be flip-flopping from each round that we go on. So the first pick of the second round will belong to the Sea Serpents. All right. So that is the first overall pick, and I'm seeing some Serpent hype in the chat for the second overall pick of Season 25. The Seattle Sea Serpents select with the number 2 overall pick, Booze Gooser, a.k.a. Jabs from the Brew City Bears. And I know for a fact that from personal experience, Jabs is an excellent user. He's a really great guy, and he earns like crazy. J.A. Jabs was a legend, is a legend already, and I think a potential Hall of Fame candidate for certain. 223 TPE already for Gooser. 4.66 ERA, 1.54 WHIP. He is a relief pitcher, which I kind of was a little bit surprised to see relief pitchers go this high, but when you've got such a great user in Jabs behind that player, it's not really all that much of a surprise either. So congratulations to J.A. Jabs, or to Jabs rather, not to J.A. Jabs, the previous player, but congratulations to Jabs on being selected second overall by the Seattle Sea Serpents. Or at least the Serpents, says Jabs in the chat. All right. So that will be the number 2 overall pick, Booze Gooser. And we're moving right along to number 3 overall with the Cancun Toros. Cancun Toros going through a bit of a rebuild recently. As you can see, in the first round alone, they have 4 first-round picks. I know they had quite a few last time as well. But moving right along to that number 3 overall pick, the Cancun Toros select Vladimir Batista, a.k.a. Exalate, from the Kansas City Hepcats, the second baseman from Kansas City, TPE 229. Trying to find him on the... Oh, he's listed as a shortstop on the position tracker. 229 TPE, 279 average, 343 OBP over this last season with the number 3 overall. He's a magician archetype, spray hitter, positions involving shortstop, second base, and left field. I'm guessing that got changed since he's listed as a second base here. Exalate, formerly known, I believe, as Camden Good, who was also a Toro. So welcome back to Cancun, Exalate. And that will bring us along to the 4th overall pick of the draft, that belonging to the Kashima Foxes. And with that number 4 overall pick, the Kashima Foxes are actually going to trade it away. So this is a trade alert. The full details of any trade that appears on the PowerPoint here will be posted to the forums a little bit later. I don't know if it will be today, but it will be posted at some point. So New Orleans is actually going to receive this number 4 overall pick. The number 4 overall and the number 36 overall in this draft will go from Kashima to New Orleans. And Kashima receives Kyle Salchicha and the Rougarous Season 27 second rounder. So this is a big trade for New Orleans, getting going to move all the way up to that number 4 overall spot. So we have the adjusted picks here. You'll see that New Orleans now owns that number 4 overall selection. And with that number 4 overall selection, the New Orleans Rougarous will select Todd Hafner, aka Southpaw of the Dallas Dynamos. TPE 240, average 309, and OBP 353 over the previous season here. And I believe I have a statement from Phillies fan, the GM of New Orleans, who says, "I know Southpaw from the ISFL, where he's played the role of team captain better than most GMs play that role. He's a fantastic user, and with 2 league jobs has set himself up to be a max earner. We haven't taken a batter in the first round since season 18 in Paolo DiStefano Jr., and we fully believe that Todd Hafner will be just as quality of a pick. Welcome to the pack, Todd." I did not know that. They haven't taken a batter in the first round since season 18 with Paolo DiStefano Jr., aka Madge. So welcome to the Rougarous, Todd Hafner, aka Southpaw. Congratulations on being drafted number 4 overall. And that will bring us back to the board here in the first round. And the Crabs own the number 5 overall selection. And with that number 5 overall selection, we actually have another trade. Cancun Toros will be moving up to take that number 5 overall selection. And Providence will trade down a little bit in the first, about 4 slots, to number 9 overall, and will receive Nashville's first round pick in season 26 next season for that trade down. So Providence actually has 2 first round picks from this trade, but their pick of number 5 overall in this draft will be moved down a little bit to number 9. And so we'll head back to the board just to see that number 5 now belongs to the Cancun Toros and number 9 now belongs to the Providence Crabs. We have both of those now updated. And we'll move right along into that pick with the number 5 overall selection. The Cancun Toros will select Maverick Smoltzy Smoltz, aka Tonzi, from the Kansas City Hepcats. Number 5 overall in the season 25 draft, 240 TPE, 4.44 ERA, and a 1.39 WHIP. He's a flamethrower out of Warren, Michigan. Tonzi, I believe, is also a ISFL user and has come to us through the ISFL. Already maxed his velocity. I'm looking at his pitching attributes right now. Already maxed out that velocity to 98 to 100, so that is going to be a devastating heater once that fastball gets some more TPE into it. So congratulations to Maverick Smoltzy Smoltz, aka Tonzi, for being drafted number 5 overall to the Cancun Toros. That will bring us to number 6. The Sarasota Supernovas will be up next on the board. And with that number 6 overall selection, the Supernovas will trade it away. Cancun is actually going to receive this one as well. So Cancun with back-to-back picks now, both traded for, and Sarasota will receive Ace Carter, 50% retained. And once again, these trades will be finalized and shown on the forums a little bit later, sometime in the future, so you'll be able to see all the details of those trades there. But yeah, Ace Carter is gone from Cancun and is now a Sarasota Supernova. Cancun receiving that number 6 overall pick, and we were just talking about how they had 4 in the first round. Now they have 5, and they've already picked 2 with Batista and Smoltz. Let's see who they pick with their third first rounder of the season 25 draft. And with that number 6 overall pick, the Cancun Toros will select Brosdar Lemonade, aka BDU 754 from the Chicago Kingpins. He's a relief pitcher with 220 TPE, a 5.43 ERA, and a 1.67 WHIP over the last year. Brosdar Lemonade, recruited by Moosey, Lemonade out of Puerto Rico. Also a flamethrower archetype. Looks like he's put some into the velocity, 96 to 98 now, and has a bit of points into that changeup, slider, fastball, pitch repertoire. Um, so congratulations to Brusdar Lemonade on being drafted number 6 overall to the Cancun Toros. That's going to bring us to number 7 on the list, that being the Boise Raptors. And the Boise Raptors, with that number 7 overall selection, will take Busta Baxter, aka Zanezik of the Anchorage Wheelers, starting pitcher with 220 TPE, 4.93 ERA, and a 1.62 WHIP over the last season. So congratulations to Zanezik, Busta Baxter, on being drafted number 7 overall to the Boise Raptors. A little bit on Baxter. Let's see. He's a junk baller archetype. Has a circle change, screwball, and cutter repertoire, and that circle change has already gotten up to 70 TPE with 60 control on both sides for Baxter. Already putting that TPE to work, and a excellent selection by the Boise Raptors here at number 7 overall. At number 8 overall, we have the Detroit Demons, and we'll actually have a statement by the Demons on this pick, because with their number 8 overall pick, the Detroit Demons select Jimmy Polka Dots Blammo, aka Manic Mav 36, on the State College Swifties, 236 TPE, 295 average, pretty decent year in the minors for his first season, and an OBP of 374. First baseman from State College's team. I'm pulling that up right now here. Looks like has already put some emphasis into the BABIP, 45 against lefties, 50 against righties. First base, right field, and left field in the positional repertoire. Manic Mav actually is a recreate. Previous player was Dude Manbro, who spent a lot of time with the Sloths, if I'm not mistaken. I know he ended his career with the Sloths, but Dude Manbro, now Jimmy Blammo, Manic Mav 36, selected at number 8. And a statement from Super TARDIS says, Manic is a great dude and Sim League veteran that we are already familiar with and are confident is going to be awesome for us in the coming seasons. He plays a big position for us going forward, and we are excited to see what he does long term. So congratulations, Manic, on the selection of number 8 overall to the Detroit Demons. Yeah, Manic. Someone asked, wait, Manic dropped to 8? Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that too. I thought Manic was going to go a little bit higher. Number 9 overall in the first round is going to be going to the Providence Crabs, who traded down from that number 5 slot to the Cancun Toros and obtained this number 9 overall slot. And with number 9 overall, the Providence Crabs will be selecting Chipper Slokening, aka Darth Kling, from the Kansas City Hepcats. The 229 TPE, is a third baseman. Just pulling up the player page here. Chipper Slokening out of Dover, Delaware. Looks like the freak hitting archetype. Already pumping a lot into the BABIP. The freak starts off with a very low 25 TPE minimum, but it's already doubled up to 50 against lefties and close to double, 49 against righties. Third base, first base, and left field, so really likes the corners. And is a switch hitter as well. So congratulations to Darth Kling, aka Chipper Slokening, on being drafted to the Providence Crabs, another kind of rebuilding team who is, oh boy, hold on. Got a little bit of a spike in the bits there. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, stream freaked out a little bit there. I think we're all good. Okay, cool. Stream spiked a little bit there, and I got concerned. So congratulations to Chipper Slokening on being drafted to the Providence Crabs. I know they're a rebuilding team, but they're building right back up. and they're working their way back up uh, to their recent glory of winning the World Series. I know they'll be looking to do that again. With number 10 overall, the Seattle Sea Serpents had acquired this pick. I don't recall exactly who they acquired it from, but they did it prior to the draft. This was not a draft day trade. And so with number 10 overall, the Seattle Sea Serpents. C does it says Apex. Thank you, C does it. So this was acquired from the Apex previous to the draft. And the Seattle Sea Serpents with number 10 will select Adam Malott, Guitar Master. I believe that's supposed to be 116, not just 16. Adam Malott, second baseman from the Amarillo Armadillos. Yes, Guitar Master 116. 240 TP, 234 average, 277 OBP. Also the Freak archetype, and has also bumped that BABIP all the way up to 50 on both sides, and has already got 60 into the power versus righties. Second baseman, shortstop, and center field. So unlike Slokanaden, will be focused more on the middle of the field, either middle infield or center field for Adam Malott. So congratulations to Guitar Master 116 on being drafted by the Seattle Sea Serpents at pick number 10 overall. Dillo indeed. And with number 11, we have another Buffalo Surge selection. Net, you still with me?
I'm here. Yeah,
Excellent. You want to announce this one as well?
I do want to announce this pick.
All right, go for it.
All right. With the 11th pick in the Season 25 Major League PBE Draft, the Buffalo Surge select Armando Velasquez. I'm not sure what minor league team. Anchorage Wheelers. There we go. He's on Anchorage. He's a pitcher.
Starting pitcher Armando Velasquez from the Anchorage Wheelers. Username Gustav Matthias. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably not. But Armando Velasquez, the player out of Caracas, Venezuela, 233 TPE, 5.14 ERA, and a 1.60 WHIP over the past year for the Wheelers. He's a flamethrower archetype, already bumped up that velocity to 97 to 99. Has a fastball, changeup, and splitter repertoire. What can you tell me about Armando Velasquez?
Well, I can tell you that with my interactions previously with Gustav Matthias, that this was going to be a great pick. I just had a lot of good interactions, and I'm surprised that he actually fell this far in the draft. Just a really good selection, I think, and I really hope he's going to help us out in Buffalo here in the future with our first ever draft.
Yeah, first ever rookie draft for Buffalo, and you got a couple of really good selections with Ruben Ramirez and Armando Velasquez in the first round here. So I'm sure you're pretty happy about those selections.
I am.
All right. Well, thank you, Net. And that will bring us to number 12 overall in the first round. That being the Cancun Toros' fourth first round selection. And with that number 12 overall selection, the Cancun Toros will take Crozier McCoy, aka Pirate Captain Dom, from the Chicago Kingpins at the number 12 overall slot. Crozier McCoy is a first baseman. TPE 206, average is 202, OBP 254. And Pirate Captain Dom is actually in the chat. Congratulations, Pirate Captain Dom. I know I've seen you quite a bit in these Twitch chats, and you seem very invested in the PBE. So I'm really happy for you that you're winding up on the Toros. I know they're really building for the future, and I think they're going to be. I think they're really happy about this selection of Crozier McCoy. Crozier McCoy, out of Canton, Ohio, is a big man on campus archetype. First base, left field, and right field are the positions. Looks like he's already putting a lot into the BABIP 52 on either side. Already at 51 on the power on both sides as well. Those four attributes being the four highest in the build so far. Is a lefty at the plate, but a righty in the field. So congratulations to Crozier McCoy, aka Pirate Captain Dom, on being selected by the Cancun Toros. That will bring us to the number 13 overall pick, which belongs to the San Antonio Sloths. And with that pick, the San Antonio Sloths are actually going to trade it away. Number 13 overall is received by the Nashville Stars, and the Nashville Stars in return will send their season 28 Nashville first. Zach, you with me still?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, you want to talk to me a little bit about this trade?
Yeah, sure. So obviously, with expansion, pitching is pretty thin right now. So we needed to make a move on some future pitching, and so that's, as you guys are going to see, it's coming up. We are going to be making a pick here for a pitcher.
And before we actually get to that pick, Drew also actually sent a comment on the trade itself as well. So Drew also says, while we liked several guys at the spot, we felt like the people we had really high on our board had already been picked, and we were going back and forth between several options. While we really liked some people, we felt like trading for the future made sense, especially given that we also knew we had 19th overall, and the chance for one of the people we liked to fall to that spot. It's a pick far in the future, but we might be in a rebuild around that time, and this also saved us $3 million in cap for season 26. So we'll go back to the board real quick here, and we'll show that the number 13 overall selection now belongs to the Nashville Stars. And Zach, would you like to announce this pick as well?
Yeah. So with the 13th pick, the Nashville Stars select Giovanni Sanchez, starting pitcher, Y2 Bobman.
I2 Bobman of the Dallas Dynamos. 209 TPE, 4.36 ERA, and a 1.41 WHIP. I'm pulling up the player page right now. While I'm doing that, do you want to talk to me a little bit about the selection?
Yeah. So last year we drafted Crunk, who's in the ISFL, and with our first pick in the second round, and this is one of his buddies, and he did vouch for him, and so with that we were pretty excited. We were able to trade up and make that pick for him. So.
All right, Giovanni Sanchez out of Phoenix, Arizona. You mentioned Crunk. Crunk actually listed as the recruited by on Giovanni Sanchez's player page. Y2 Bobman. Y2 Bobman's player is a junk baller, a lefty thrower. Looks like he's already bumped up that circle change all the way up to 75, and also has a knuckle curve and a cutter to round out the repertoire of this junk baller. So congratulations to Y2 Bobman Giovanni Sanchez for being drafted to the Nashville Stars. Great team with great GMs, and I'm not only saying that just because one of them's already on the cast. So that is the number 13 overall pick for the Nashville Stars, and we'll head right on into the number 14 overall selection, that being the Toros' fifth first rounder in this draft. So with the number 14 overall pick in the draft, the Cancun Toros will select Gene Belcher, aka What Am Us, from the Dallas Dynamos. Gene Belcher is a starting pitcher with 186 TPE, 4.52 ERA, and a 1.39 WHIP. Picked at number 14 overall is a control freak starting pitcher, which is exactly the same archetype that my player is as well. Already got that circle change up to 70, but the primary pitch is the cutter, which is interesting. Cutter at 45, knuckle curve at 50, and a circle change, which is at 70, so bumping up that tertiary pitch almost to the max already, is Gene Belcher. And I don't. Is this the? Let me check the board here. I think this is. Okay, no. The Cancun Tours have actually drafted 3 pitchers in the first round, with Smoltz, Lemonade, and Belcher, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So Cancun Toros drafting Gene Belcher at number 14 overall. Congratulations to What Am Us for being selected to Cancun. Let's see. All right. So that'll bring us to number 15 overall. Now we're at the 2 World Series teams picks. the Scorpions and the Voyagers. Scorpions will go first um, at number 15 overall. And with number 15 overall, the Death Valley Scorpions will select Brian Benz, evident rogue from the Kansas City Hepcats. Brian Benz is a cannon archetype, 202 TPE, 265 average, 340 OBP. He's already got the Babbitt versus righties all the way up to 50, power versus righties against all the way up to 65. Really heavy on the righties here, on the righty pitchers. Left field, right field, and first base are the positions. Brian Benz out of Blacksburg, Virginia is your number 15 overall selection by Death Valley. That will bring us to number 16 overall, that belonging to the New York Voyagers. Voyagers winning the World Series this year and are headed into the next season on that high note. And with the number 16 overall selection, the New York Voyagers will select Cantaloupe Crocodile, aka Frostbite of the Louisville Lemurs. Starting pitcher with 218 TPE, 4.88 ERA, and 1.49 WHIP over the past season with the Louisville Lemurs. Frostbite is the user. Frostbite, previously known as Watermelon Walrus in the league, and Cantaloupe Crocodile has come to New York. So I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of Cantaloupe Crocodile MVP chants in the Voyagers Discord, as we're already seeing in the Twitch chat, everyone spamming that those emojis with the cantaloupe and the crocodile. So congratulations to Frostbite on being selected here at number 16 overall. Crocodile is a junk baller archetype, lefty starting pitcher, already bumped up the control to 60 on either side. Circle change already at 71. Also has a screwball and a sinker in their arsenal. And big congratulations to Cantaloupe Crocodile going to the New York Voyagers. So there's your first round. There's a good look at your first round draft board. Wanted to real quick talk about the draft parlay real fast here. If you're keeping track, the picks between 5 through 10, not including nicknames, but just first and last names, the total letters in their name is 78, which is the over for, I believe that was question 1. Yeah, question 1, that will be over 60.5. For how many pitchers in the first round, there were a total of 8, so way over the 3.5 there. We'll see if a catcher will be taken in the second round and how many recreates drafted in the first round. There were at least 5. I didn't totally count all of them, but there were at least 5, so the over there as well for the parlay if you're keeping track at home with your selections. So that will be the first round of the Season 25 draft, and we're going to launch straight on into the second round. So we're going to take a look at the board there. As you'll notice, New Orleans Rougarous have a forfeit. I believe that was for cap. Not entirely certain if a Rougarou GM or anyone high up in the Rougarous is. Yeah, Hepcats. I didn't notice the. I didn't actually do the count of the Hepcats ahead of time. I ran out of time, but apparently over on Hepcats as well. So thank you for knowing that, Eldorian. Eldorian, you're in the chat. Did I believe Rougarous forfeit this pick due to cap reasons? If you could confirm that for me, that'd be great. But you'll see we have 17 through 32 for the second round, and with the number 17 overall selection, the Seattle Sea Serpents. Eldorian says yes, cap reasons. Okay, cool. Thank you. With the number 17 overall selection, the Seattle Sea Serpents will select Davis Campbell, a.k.a. Dylan, from the Amarillo Armadillos. Davis Campbell, a switch hitter, righty in the field. The streak archetype with 52 BABIP on either side already, 53 to 54 power between the two. Shortstop, third base, and left field are the positions. Davis Campbell, the shortstop from Amarillo, will be selected by the Seattle Sea Serpents. Why did Noah lose their 27th overall? It was cap reasons. Yep. Soft cap penalties, yes. And so, yeah, a few people are noticing as well that from trades previous to the draft, Seattle Sea Serpents actually have 3 second-rounders here at 17, 20, and 22. But before we get to number 20, we do have number 18 overall. I wanted to make sure. Did I miss something? No. Okay. So I had a few statements, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing any. GM sent a few statements on picks to me, and I want to make sure that I wasn't skipping over any. But before we get to the second Seattle Sea Serpent second rounder, my goodness, that's a tongue twister. We have the Buffalo Surge picking at number 18. Net, you still with me? Would you like to announce this one as well?
Sure. I got time. Let's do it. All right. So with the 18th pick in the season 25 Major League PBE Draft, the Buffalo Surge selects Santana Cruz from the Kansas City Hemcats.
Yeah, Santana Cruz, a third baseman, username UZI.
Yeah.
Let's see. Santana Cruz out of Havana, Cuba, is a righty fielder and batter, the streak archetype, um, with looks like third base, center field, and first base as their 3 positions. So, what can you tell me about Santana Cruz?
Well, I can tell you that the user I've interacted with, great person, and I've loved just how they're active, and I thought it was great value here. I thought they're going to be a first round pick, if I'm being honest, but slid all the way to 18th overall, and it was just kind of a no brainer.
Very nice, very nice. So, Buffalo Surge will select Santana Cruz at number 18. Congratulations to UZI on being selected by Buffalo, one of our 2 new expansion teams. That'll bring us to number 19 with the San Antonio Sloths selecting in the second round. Their pick is Jarrett Goffard, the center fielder out of Chicago Kingpins organization. 220 TPE for Goffard. Excuse me. Calvin Galladay is the user. Jarrett Goffard out of the University of Georgia is a streak archetype with the BABIP already almost 60 on both sides, and is bumping up the stealing ability as well. He is a center fielder, but also has right field and left field as positional backups. So is looking to be a potentially speedy and high-hitting center fielder for the San Antonio Sloths. And Juasu actually messaged me with a statement on Goffard saying Goffard is another kingpin coming to the Sloths like a few others in recent memories. We were impressed with his scouting answers and he seems very dedicated to the PBE. We are anticipating a need in the outfield soon, and he manages to fill that spot for us in the future if he continues to earn this well. So congratulations, Calvin Galladay, aka Jarrett Goffard, on being selected by the San Antonio Sloths at number 19 overall. That'll bring us to the Sea Serpents, second round pick, their second pick in the second round, and at number 20 overall, they will select Cap Keeler, who I believe is a starting pitcher. Pull up the. Yep, here we go. Bob124 is the username. Cap Keeler at 220 TPE. From Calgary, Canada, recruited by Via Getty, is a flamethrower starting pitcher who has already bumped up the velocity 2 notches and has a fastball, cutter, and changeup in the repertoire. So congratulations to Bob124, aka Cap Keeler, for being selected here at the number 20 overall selection by the Seattle Sea Serpents. Another one of our 2 expansion teams this year. With the number 21 overall selection, the Providence Crabs will select John Smoltz III, relief pitcher from State College Swift Steeds organization out of Pensacola, Florida. User is the Danga Zone. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is a recreate as well. Last creation was Keith Lee. And John Smoltz III is a flamethrower relief pitcher archetype with a fastball, cutter, and splitter. in the arsenal with a 50 in movement on both sides and a velocity that has already been bumped up 2 slots to the 95-97 range. So a congratulations to the Providence Crabs and to John Smoltz III for being selected to the Providence Crabs. That will bring us to the third second rounder for the Sea Serpents at number 22 overall. And with number 22 overall, the Serpents will select Straight Gas Homie. Straight Gas Homie is a relief pitcher from the Kansas City Hepcats organization. Username BWIII or BW the third. Not exactly certain on the pronunciation of that. I apologize. Straight Gas Homie. This user previously had Crowbar Theeks, which was kind of an inactive or an active that kind of fell off in activity, if I remember properly. But Weldon Borthwell is another name that some users might recognize. That's the same user that I believe was a New York Voyagers legend back in the day. So BW the third or BW 3. Thank you, Brainchild. BW 3. Um, uh, Flamethrower, relief pitcher archetype for Straight Gas Homie. Um, who has a fastball, cutter, and splitter already in the arsenal. Looks like the control and the movement are getting boosted a little bit, but the velocity is really where it's happening right now. 4 slots bumped up already. So already invested 120 TPE into that velo. It's going to be throwing straight fire with Straight Gas Homie. Congratulations to the Sea Serpents on that number 22 overall pick. And with the number 23 overall pick, we will move on to the Boise Raptors' next selection. And Boise Raptors at number 23 will select Tom Riddle. So for all of you surprised in the chat, this shouldn't be a surprise to most anyone. This is CMAC 8, formerly known as Connor McDavitt. This is the GM of the Boise Raptors. CMAC, really great person, really great user from my experiences. And Tom Riddle is his latest recreate after Connor McDavitt retired. And Tom Riddle is a knuckler starting pitcher. And for possible newer users, GMs of major league teams must be drafted in the second round or higher, ideally the second round, by the team that the GM controls. So the Boise Raptors selected their GM here at number 23 in the second round with Tom Riddle. Riddle is a knuckler. Very rarely seen archetype in the PBE these days. Already got the control up to 57 on both sides. Has that knuckleball in the number 1 slot, and also has a curveball and cutter as well. So big shocker selection for the Boise Raptors, and by that I mean not a shocker at all. But CMAC drafting themselves here at number 23 overall. Number 24 overall, though, will be Detroit Demons, and this will not be one of their GMs, considering that neither GM is in the draft right now. They both have active players that are already in the majors. But with number 24 overall, the Detroit Demons will select Jack Brady, a starting pitcher from the Kansas City Hepcats organization, 211 TPE, out of Auburn College, birthplace of Alabama, recruited by the Sparky D. This is Papa Jack. Papa Jack, I know I've spoken with a couple of times on Discord. Great user from my experiences. And he has created Jace Brady, who is a flamethrower starting pitcher, a righty starting pitcher, who has already gotten the velocity up to 97-99 range and has bumped the control up to the mid-50s for both sides. Fastball, cutter, splitter in the arsenal. Congratulations to the Demons on drafting Jack Brady, and congratulations to Jack Brady on being drafted by the Detroit Demons. All right. Finally, the Vandals get a selection here. For those of you who don't know or weren't around for the intro, my name is AJ87, and I am the Vandals GM. We finally have a selection here at number 25, in the second round. And with that number 25 overall selection, the Vancouver Vandals selected Muckers O'Houlihan, who is a center fielder out of the Louisville Lemurs organization, 206 TPE, username Oilman Dan. So Oilman Dan, welcome to Vancouver. Muckers O'Houlihan, I mentioned, is a center fielder, recruited by AW13, is a righty in the field and a lefty at the plate. Is the streak archetype, and we'll have a BABIP of 52 against lefties, 51 against righties, and has already bumped that fielding range up to 56. A good start for a center fielder. Has left field and right field as backup positions. So congratulations to Muckers O'Houlihan for being drafted by the Vancouver Vandals. We're very happy about the selection. We think that Oilman Dan is going to be a great addition to the locker room, and we're very excited to welcome him to Vancouver. Oilman Dan, you're in the chat here. Welcome. didn't see that right away, but congratulations on being drafted to Vancouver. Vandals got a steal. Well, we absolutely think so. We're very happy to have Oilman Dan here at number 25. At number 26 overall, the Buffalo Surge will be selecting next, and they will be picking Sender Klukas, the left fielder from the Brew City Bears, username Alexander, with a YX. Position is left field, but backups are center field and third base. They're a switch hitter, but a righty out of center field. They are streak archetype with a 62 speed and a 62 stealing ability attributes. 51 BABIP on either side. 184 TPE from the Brew City Bears. Congratulations to Sender Klukas. I just realized that Net. Okay, no, Net left the chat. Okay, I thought Net was with me still, and I realized that I was announcing their pick for them. So I thought, oh man, I almost panicked there. So Sender Klukas, congratulations on being drafted to the Buffalo Surge. I know you just left, Net. I wanted to make sure that you weren't still in the chat, and I was just preempting you. But congratulations to Buffalo on drafting Sender Klukas, and congratulations to Alexander on being drafted to the Buffalo Surge. As we mentioned, number 27 overall is a forfeit pick by New Orleans Rougarous. New Orleans had a issue with soft cap, and with their penalty have forfeit their second rounder for this season. So instead we'll move on to the number 28 selection, this being the Cancun Toros, who had 5 selections back in the first round and are getting their first second rounder here at number 28 overall. And with that pick, they will select Andy Myth. Andy Myth is a second baseman. Excuse me, Mithrandir is the username. I apologize, I probably butchered that. Is a recreate. I believe previous create was Randy Myth. Yes, Randy Myth, not Andy Myth. And Myth is a streak hitter archetype. Righty at both the plate and in the field. Has 52, 53 on the BABIP split, and a fielding range of 62 position-wise, second base, shortstop, and third base. So definitely an infielder for the Cancun Toros. So congratulations to Myth for being drafted here by the Cancun Toros at number 28 overall. This is the 10th time I've seen this forfeit guy drafted. Can we investigate for possible multi? Report it to HAO. I don't know. That's not my jurisdiction. Number 29 overall will belong to the San Antonio Sloths, and with that number 29 overall selection, they will select Theophilus Sweetot, who I believe I am probably butchering the name of as well. Thad Thrasher is the username, and I actually have a comment from Juasu on Sweetot. We were kind of shocked that Thad fell this far, given that he is a GM in the VHL and has earned well here so far. Scouting showed that they would love to play for us, as he has ties to San Antonio. We were excited to get him this late in the draft and are looking forward to seeing what he can do. So congratulations to Thad Thrasher. Sweetot for being selected here. Sweetot is a righty at both the plate and in the field. Thad Thrasher is using the handyman archetype for Sweetot. Uh, Catcher first position with first base and third base as backups. Let's see. Power is already doubled up to 50, starting at 25, and the BABIP is in the 50s as well on both sides. So congratulations to Sweetot for being drafted here by the San Antonio Sloths at number 29. That will bring us to number 30 with the Vancouver Vandals making their next selection. And with number 30 overall, the Vancouver Vandals will actually trade it away, trading it to the Buffalo Surge. Surge will obtain number 30 overall and a conditional season 27 Vandals first. You'll be able to see those conditions when the trade goes live. And Vancouver receives in return Dylan Hodge, a former Voyager, from the Buffalo Surge. We're very happy to welcome Dylan Hodge to Vancouver, and we're really excited to see what they can do in the outfield for us with Vancouver. And that will bring us to number 30 overall, which will now belong to the Buffalo Surge. It originally belonged to the Aviators, actually, and then it got traded to Vancouver in the Justin Ripspaw deal. And then now with the Dylan Hodge deal, has been traded to the Buffalo Surge, who, with the number 30 overall selection, will take Joe Warner, a.k.a. Daw Egg. Joe Warner, I'm trying to find the... There's the player page. Joe Warner is a starting pitcher. And they are out of the Louisville Lemurs organization from Florida Atlantic University College. Palm Bay, Florida is the birthplace. They are a lefty starting pitcher with 202 TPE, a junk baller starting pitcher with pretty good control already. Both are up to 60. And the changeup is up to 63 at as the primary pitch, with a screwball and sinker also in their arsenal. So congratulations to the Buffalo Surge for drafting Joe Warner, and congratulations to Dog for being drafted by the Surge. And that will bring us to number 31 overall. Number 31 overall is going to be the Providence Crabs selection. And the Providence Crabs will select Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy Olsen, I am trying to find the... there it is. There's the player page. Jimmy Olsen is a third baseman with 199 TPE. Username Bean Sobe. I've seen Bean around the league a couple times, so a little bit surprised that they fell this far to number 31. Recruited by Goliathus, Bean Sobe has created the Magician archetype using player Jimmy Olsen. Third baseman is their first position, with right field and left field as their secondary and tertiary positions. BABIP is up to 50 against lefties. Avoid K is up to 54, also against lefties. Really seems to be a lefty specialist as what they're going for so far. Fielding range also up to 60 already. So big congratulations to the Providence Crabs for drafting Jimmy Olsen. I think he got a really good deal here this late in the second round. That will bring us to number 32 overall, that being the Cancun Toros once again, their 7th selection total in this draft. They had 5 first rounders, and now this is their second pick in the second round. So we will head right on into that number 32 overall selection, which is going to be Yoel Roshi, who is a starting pitcher out of the Amarillo Armadillos organization. Roshi is username Pyro. From Miami-Dade College. I don't know if I pronounced that middle word correctly. D-A-D-E. Roshi from Havana, Cuba. As a flamethrower starting pitcher archetype, already bumped the velocity up to the 97 to 99 range. The max is one step higher at 98 to 100 for the flamethrower for reference. So that velocity is already one step away from being maxed out. They got a fastball at 51, a sinker, and a splitter. And their control is being bumped up to around 50 as well for both sides. Congratulations to Yoel Roshi for being selected by the Cancun Toros. We'll head on into the third round. But before we do, we have a trade alert. The number 33 overall selection being the first pick of the third round is going to be taken from Buffalo and received by New Orleans Rougarous, who will drop down to the number 36 overall. So New Orleans trading up 3 slots and giving away their season 26 third rounder to Buffalo to trade up those 3 positions. Buffalo trading down and getting a third for this trade, and that will bring us into that number 33 overall trade, which you can see is now owned by the Rougarous. You're seeing a lot of forfeits here. A lot of teams went over the soft cap in season 24, and so as a result, season 25 has several forfeit picks were lost by the Demons, Apex, Stars, Vandals, Sloths ×2, and the Voyagers. So these third round picks will all be forfeit, but we'll go through the remaining picks as we go. So the New Orleans Rougarous now own the first overall pick in the third round, or the first pick in the third round, number 33 overall. My mistake on that one. And with it, they select Jacob Sosa. I believe that is actually supposed to be spelled S-O-S-A. I'm trying to find the. There's the. Yep. So it is S-O-S-A, not S-O-U-S-A. Jacob Sosa, the second baseman out of the Rouge City Bears organization. TMG Sosa is the username. They've got 191 TPE. They are a mystery utility hitting archetype, a righty from New York, actually, is their birthplace. Say 50 avoid Ks on both sides, so already boosting that to keep from striking out. They're a second baseman with a first base and third base position backups, so definitely an infielder for the Rougarous. And I actually have a quote from Phillies fan, I believe, on this pick as well. I think it's the last statement I have. Phillies fan says, Jackie has been a very active member of the Bears war room. To see him fall this far, we knew we had to make this move and pick him up while we could. This is an absolute steal, and we are excited to bring him to New Orleans. And I'm seeing some excitement for Jackie in the chat as well. So congratulations to the New Orleans Rougarous for trading up to this position and getting who they want with Jacob Sosa. Not Souza. So congratulations to Jacob Sosa for being drafted at number 33 overall. 34 and 35, we have back-to-back picks by the Seattle Sea Serpents. We're going to... Phillies fan about to be thrown in prison with steals this good. Absolute thievery, absolutely. So with these two back-to-back picks, we're actually going to reveal them back-to-back, but I'll go over them one at a time since they're both from the same team. Seattle Sea Serpents, with their number 34 and number 35 overall selections, will take... I just wanted to check something real quick. Yeah, okay. We'll take Devonta Duncan and Eric Leclerc. Devonta Duncan will be first up. They are a center fielder. Username Devonta2. Center fielder out of Compton, California. They're a switch hitter, but a righty thrower. They're using the Freak archetype, and have bumped the power up a little bit and the BABIP up a decent amount. 48 on both sides for the center fielder at 157 TPE. Right field and shortstop are the backup positions. Very interesting allotment of positions. Don't think I've ever seen something quite like that before. But center field, right field, and shortstop for Devonta Duncan being drafted to the Seattle Sea Serpents. Congratulations to Devonta too. Eric Leclerc, on the other hand, is not a center fielder, but is instead... having trouble finding them. There they are. Eric Leclerc is a starting pitcher, 154 TPE from the San Bernardino 66ers. Username is Easy2886. Also, actually happened to be recruited by Devonta too, so these two probably know each other, at least in some regard. But Eric Leclerc is a junk baller starting pitcher with a 75 TPE circle change, already getting that primary pitch way up there. Curveball at 47 and cutter at 45 as the 3 pitches in their arsenal. So congratulations to the Serpents on drafting both Devonta Duncan and Eric Leclerc, and congratulations to these 2 prospects on being drafted to Seattle. And that will bring us to number 36 overall, the Buffalo Surge. With number 36, we'll select Lucas Shapiro. Lucas Shapiro out of the Armadillo organization. Username A Thrashers Fan. Lucas Shapiro is a second baseman from Rhode Island with the Freak archetype. Second base, center field, and left field are their positions. It looks like they're already bumping up the gap a little bit from 30 to 42, and the BABIP from 25 to 40. Decent balanced stats all around, 135 TPE for Lucas Shapiro. So congratulations to the Buffalo Surge for getting this selection here at number 36. Number 37 and number 38 were forfeit by the Demons on the Apex, so we'll go to number 39. The Boise Raptors will select Defense, who is a catcher from the Brew City Bears organization. Defense username is Defense as well, from New Brunswick Community College. The Cannon archetype is being used here with a catcher ability of 62 already and a fielding catching arm of 67. Backup positions for the catcher are third baseman and second baseman. So congratulations to the Boise Raptors for selecting Defense here. We got another couple of forfeits at 41 and 42, and we'll move on to number 43 with the Buffalo Surge. Surge will select again here, and they will select Royd Walrus, aka Upper Net, who is a relief pitcher. Upper Net, I believe, this is Recreate. Yes, Net Gaines Jr. was their previous Create, and Royd Walrus, recruited by Davey, actually, is a flamethrower relief pitcher archetype, already bumped the velocity up 2 notches to 95 to 97. The movement on the movement already up to 50 against lefties and 45 against righties, with a cutter, fastball, and splitter pitch arsenal. And that will bring us to number 44 with the Aviators finally entering the draft. Outer Banks with their first selection here at number 44. Will select. No, they will trade it away. Actually, Outer Banks trading Outer Banks receiving, Jose 43 from Buffalo. Buffalo Surge receiving that number 44 overall selection, as well as pitchers Smash Jackson and Robert Grimes. Robert Grimes, an up-and-coming pitcher. Smash Jackson, I believe, is currently inactive. W. Sheeb had to step away from the PBE for a little bit, but Buffalo will receive those two pitchers as well as number 44 overall for one of the best relievers over the past couple of years in Jose 43, who will be heading back to Outer Banks. Congratulations, 43. Yeah, big trade late here, absolutely. And the Surge will make their next selection with their second pick in a row here at number 44 with Mike Husey, who I believe, is a shortstop. They're from the State College Swift Steeds organization, 130 TPE. Baraka is the username. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Recruited by Glowy. They are the Streak archetype with a 56 in BABIP on both sides, up from 35. They're a shortstop with the backup of third base and second base, so definitely an infielder for the Buffalo Surge future. Baraka coming to Buffalo from State College. So congratulations to both Buffalo for drafting Mike, as well as to Mike as well. Congratulations to Mike for being drafted by the Buffalo Surge here at number 44. Sloss forfeit again here in the third round at number 45. And with number 46, the Sarasota Supernovas will enter the draft with Justy Parlay. I'm trying to find the player page for her. There it is. Justy Parlay is a starting pitcher from the Louisville Lemurs organization, 134 TPE, username Abstract Artist 3781. Yeah, Sarasota finally comes up with a pick here in the third round, and at number 46, Abstract Artist 3781, aka Justy Parlay, will be selected. They're a control freak starting pitcher archetype. With 50 movement on both sides as well as 50 control on both sides. They have a circle change, a cutter, and a screwball as their three pitches, and is a side armor too. I'm not sure how many side armors we have, but that's a very Interesting arm slot to see. You don't see that one too often, I don't believe. But that will be the Sarasota Supernova's first selection of the draft here in the third round, number 46. At number 47, the Death Valley Scorpions are up next with their second selection, I believe. And with that number 47 overall pick, the Scorpions will select Thaddeus Branson, a relief pitcher from the 66ers organization. Tater Hater is the username, recruited by Shu. Thaddeus Branson is from Wichita. They're a lefty relief pitcher using the junk baller archetype. 81 on the circle change already. That's an insane amount of TPE into that circle change already, with a 50 in the curveball and the cutter, respectively. Congratulations to Death Valley on their selection of Thaddeus Branson here at number 47. As we see here, number 48 is forfeit by the Voyagers, and as we get into the later rounds here at at the fourth round, you'll start to see a few passes on the board. So these passes didn't happen necessarily right away, but they did happen at those particular slots. So these two picks happened before these teams started to pass. But number 49, the Seattle Sea Serpents, will select Jared Anthony Higgins. Jared Anthony Higgins is a relief pitcher. Username Trifecta. I believe this is a recreate. Axel Cloud was the previous create for Trifecta. And Trifecta is creating Jared Anthony Higgins here, who is a flamethrower relief pitcher archetype with a velocity of 97 and 99 range, already one slot away from that maximum, with a circle change, screwball, and fastball in their arsenal. 136 TPE from the San Bernardino 66ers. And that will bring us to the number 50 overall selection, Buffalo Surge, with their fourth round pick. We'll select Rob Worth. Rob Worth, a catcher from the Kingston Mounties. Can you guys hear me now? Hopefully, I think my headset turned off by mistake. I think I'm back. I'm getting feed on the audio mixer. Sorry about that. Time to delete the vandals. No, Enoch, please. So Rob Worth, the selection for the Buffalo Surge. I hope that one went through, but Cancun Toros forfeit the fit number 51 pick. Kashima Foxes, soon to be rebranded to Maui, are going to pass at number 52, and the Providence Crabs will forfeit at number 53. Number 54, Sarasota Supernovas finally have another pick here, and with it they will select Conrad Bremen, a relief pitcher from the Amarillo Armadillos roster, username Decla24. Bremen is a control freak relief pitcher. 58 movement against righties, 56 control against righties. So seems to be heavily influencing those righty attributes. Cutter already up to 69 with a fastball and a forkball to round out the pitching selection for Bremen. Boise Raptors will pass at number 55, and Detroit Demons will forfeit at number 56. Vancouver Vandals finally have their next selection. Excuse me. And with that number 57 selection, the Vancouver Vandals will select Bobby Batter. Bobby Batter is a catcher out of. Well, that's interesting. The link on the position tracker sent me to the create a player section. Very strange. Okay, weird. But Bobby Batter is a let's see, is a catcher from catcher with 122 TPE from the Brew City Bears roster. Username Wolverine. They're a righty using the Cannon archetype. With third base and first base as their backup positions, and have already bumped up their gap and avoid Ks a little bit as well as their power. So making sure that the bat is awake there with this Cannon archetype. Congratulations and welcome to Vancouver, Wolverine. We're very excited to have you. AJ doesn't know everything about his own drafty. I just wanted the sheet up there to verify. That's all. That's all, DG. Passes are happening at number 58 through 61 with the Apex Rougarous, Detroit Demons, and Sloths exiting the draft. And the Outer Banks Aviators at number 62 will select Jake Obermueller. Jake Obermueller is also a catcher, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. They are a catcher from the Kingston Mounties organization. Username J Obermueller. Birthplace Phoenix, Arizona. They're a righty using the Cannon archetype. BABIP already up in the mid 40s. And with 150 TPE to spend, they're also looking at that power versus the lefties already up to 60. Catcher is their first position, but first base and third base are their backups. So congratulations to the Outer Banks Aviators on actually making a pick. Finally reaching here, finally reaching their first pick at number 62, Jake Obermueller. Congratulations. And that will bring us to the Scorpions, who will pass at number 63. And at number 64, the New York Voyagers will forfeit. So not a whole lot of picks happening here in the fourth round, but we do get a few. And that is actually the last slide of the PowerPoint, but it's not the last draftees that we have. So I wanted to bring up the draft sheet. For the most part, most of the other teams passed in the fifth round, but there were a couple of other picks that happened. So I'm going to bring you to the draft sheet here, and hopefully I get the. I'm going to wait for it to pop up on the stream here. There we go. Okay, it's a little bit far down, but in the fifth, I scrolled up a bit. So the fifth round, the Surge, with the first selection in the fifth round, selects Buddy Cheeks, a relief pitcher. Buddy Cheeks has 100 TPE. Username is Memes and Trees, and they are a junk baller relief pitcher who has already bumped up their velocity one notch, and has got a fastball at 60 TPE, a knuckle curve at 50, a splitter, and a cutter. So four pitches to select from for Buddy Cheeks. And at number 78 overall, the Aviators will select Ronaldinho, a left fielder. Ronaldinho, left fielder from the Louisville Lemurs organization with 106 TPE. Muff Beats by Crit Feinstein is the username. And what a username that is. Left fielder from Louisville, switch hitter. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil is the birthplace. They're a freak archetype, bumping up the BABIP by 10 on either side. Their power already to 60. And their positions are left field, right field, and center field. So outfielder for the Aviators. So Ronaldinho and Buddy Cheeks were the last two selections. As you can see, all the other teams that didn't pass in the previous round passed here. And in the sixth round, the Surge and the Aviators also passed here for the Surge and here for the Aviators. So that is it for the draft. So congratulations to all the new draftees who have now been drafted by their major league players, or by their major league teams, excuse me. And congratulations to all those major league teams on obtaining all your new draftees. Bring them into the locker rooms, welcome them in, get them introduced to the rest of the team, and get them excited about their future in the PBE. So that is going to do it for us today. Actually, this is a weird feeling. An hour and about 20-minute stream. This is a very weird feeling for me that we're able to knock it out this quickly. Thank you all for joining me. Once again, the parlays, we mentioned the Hepcats were in the first round, and in the second round of the draft, uh, there was a catcher with Theophilus Sweetot from the Sloths. So if you were paying attention at home for your draft parlay, everything was over except for the catcher, which wasn't an over/under question to begin with. It was a yes or no, and yes, a catcher was taken. So everything hit the over for the parlay. So hopefully you all got a good chunk of TPE with this draft parlay. But thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Congratulations to all the draftees and to all the major league teams. And the next stream that will be happening will be tomorrow. So be sure to tune in for the Season 24 Season Awards with AU Gold. It's already been announced in the Game Day channel. 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Be there, or he says, be there or just don't win your awards. He keeps all the ones that are unclaimed. So be there to claim your awards, people. We'll see you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Have a lovely evening.